arrange myself. Let's see. Okay. Hi Maria, how are you doing today?
Doing good. How about you?
Good, I'm doing good.
Awesome.
So what's going on?
Nothing, the same old, same old.
Right.
I'm very stressed, having a lot of anxiety about school.
Mhm.
Other than that, everything's great.
Yeah, I remember you saying you were stressed last week about some tests. How did that go?
It went okay. I got a C. I really thought I was going to get an A though. But yeah, I got a C.
So, I guess, why did you think maybe you were going to get an A?
Well, I thought I had studied hard enough, but I guess I didn't. Like I've said, my parents always want to take a day for family, and I get it. It's important, but also school's important for me.
Yeah.
So I guess if I would have taken a day to study, I would have passed with an A or something.
So how are you doing with that? With just kind of like the family wanting a lot from you, and it sounds like you have a lot going on with school. How is all that going for you?
It's very stressful. I feel like I just want time for myself, but through it all, I do have support system outside of my family. I have my relationship, which sometimes can be stressful, but
yeah. So what is stressful about it? Because I remember you talking last week about how y'all had some wedding that you were going to in a couple of months. Are you still planning on that?
He still wants to go. It's this upcoming week.
Okay.
And it's just kind of stressful because I have another exam coming up. It's already going to be finals and everything. So I just don't know how I'm going to be able to study and still go to the wedding, and it's just too much.
Yeah. So I'm hearing you say like stressful a lot and too much. I'm wondering if you could kind of clarify in your terms what stressful is to you.
Yeah, so it's kind of like I get a lot of anxiety having a lot on my plate. I feel like I have school, exams, work, family, and then a relationship, and it's just everything's like I'm trying to hug the world, but I can't.
Right. No, totally. I like the way that you said that. If you're trying to hug the world, like you've just got so much going on, and you want to put yourself in everything and invest yourself. If I'm wrong, correct me. But
no, that's exactly what I'm saying, and it's very stressful. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know who to put first.
Right. Yeah. So it sounds like your family, like I know we've talked about this in the past, but they expect you to do this family time every week. Are you doing that like every week? Or you?
I have to. It's like an every week thing. They don't budge. If I don't go, I'm like the worst person in the world. It feels like. But yeah. But my brother doesn't have to go all the time, which is annoying because he's not in school anymore. But since he's the perfect son for them, I'm just kind of just having to do everything that they want me to do.
So have you talked to your parents about maybe if you have a lot going on, have you talked to them about maybe not going or?
No, I don't want to talk to them about it. I feel like they're just gonna shut me down. So I just don't care to really talk to them about it.
So in the past, when you've talked to them about things, have they kind of?
No, they're just kind of, they won't budge. They're just kind of like, no, you have to do this because, we've supported you through everything. So it's only fair that you take a day out of your week to spend with us.
Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like your brother doesn't have to go to these family functions because he's out of school, and you still have to though?
Yeah, so he's just, since he's like their perfect kid, he's always getting straight A's, and he's an engineer, and he has a family. He gets to spend time with his family, and de-stress from having to do other things. But since I don't have any of that, which my parents tell me all the time, then I do have to spend time with them.
That's interesting to me just because I feel like you're doing so much, like you're very busy and you apply yourself in a lot of areas. You're very driven. You're still taking care of yourself. You're coming to see me, and that's a lot to take time for yourself too. So I'm wondering. You said he's the perfect kid to them.
Yeah.
Why do you think you're not the perfect kid to them?
Well, I've not always done well in school, so they didn't really even think I was going to school. They just kind of thought I was, just going to waste my life away having family at a very young age. But since I've proven them wrong, I don't know, he's just like all straight A's throughout school, like perfect in every sense of the word, like the perfect son. I don't know if that even makes sense.
Yeah, no, totally. So is he still in school or is he out of school now?
He's out of school now.
Okay.
Yeah, he's their engineer.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so how do your parents feel about you being in school? Are they supportive of it or?
I mean, kind of, but they wish I would already have a family. I mean, they think just because I already have one degree, I shouldn't go back to school to get another.
Mm-hmm.
They just kind of think I'm wasting my life away, like I'm 26, and they're just kind of waiting for me to have a family, be married, and all of that, which is what they think I should have by now, but I don't believe in that, so.
Yeah, no, it sounds like it. You kind of mentioned that you would waste your life away if you were to kind of follow what they want for you.
Yeah.
So in a perfect world, what would be your scenario? Like, what would you want?
I would want to talk to my parents and have them be understanding that I can't spend one day out of the week sometimes with them. Like, I will try very hard, but it's just sometimes not possible for me to do it. So it would just be talking to them, but I don't know how that would go if I do.
Yeah. So what's holding you back from talking to your parents?
I feel like I'm scared that they're gonna reject my emotions. They're not gonna validate how I'm feeling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's kind of the worst case scenario is that they're gonna reject your emotions.
Yeah.
What would be the best case scenario?
That they say that it's okay for me to miss some time, like even half of the day, to just kind of work on my stuff and then maybe join them if I can. That would be the perfect scenario, them validating everything I'm feeling. But knowing my parents, they're not going to do that. They're just kind of they're going to tell me that it's not important as much as it is to spend time with family.
So are there times in the past that they've kind of responded that way to you?
Yeah, I think one time when I was younger, I had this very important thing to do, and they were like, no, you can't go, you have to spend time with us. But that same weekend, my brother had something not as important. He was just going to hang out with his friends, and they let him go. But for me, it was school related, and they didn't want to let me go, which is annoying.
Yeah, that sounds pretty, like, maybe invalidating that your brother gets to go do whatever he wants, and you also have stuff going on too.
Yeah.
I guess how is that for you, seeing kind of maybe like a man going to go do stuff and then like you're like a female kind of stuck in this family role. Do you feel like that's a dynamic that's within your family, even within your parents?
Yeah, I mean my dad gets to, go out and have fun or like I guess just go out, whatever. But my mom, she just stays at home. She does like the wife things, which are like to them it's like she cleans, she cooks, she does all these other things that a woman is supposed to do. That's just in my culture. And then my dad he goes out to work. If he wants to go out, he goes out. But yeah, it's just kind of us staying at home, and they can do whatever they want.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a little bit of a jump, but I want to talk about your relationship. So how is that going just in general with the kind of dynamic of you and your boyfriend?
Yeah, we're doing good. Sometimes though, he's very supportive. I know if I talk with him, he'll be very understanding. Sometimes I feel like I just tell him everything and he doesn't get frustrated or he doesn't say it, but I feel like he is. But yeah, it's a great dynamic. It's just, I don't know, sometimes I feel like I put too much on his plate.
So it sounds like he's very supportive, very understanding of what you're going through.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, 'cause your parents sound like maybe they don't support you in the best way that they can for you, right?
Yeah.
So, and it sounds like he might be supporting you in the way that you need to be.
Yeah.
So how is that for you, to have those two different relationships in your life?
I think it's contrasting. I feel like I wish my parents would support me like he is supporting me. But I just feel like it's not possible. I just feel like they just want me to stick to one thing. And one time I did bring my boyfriend to like a family gathering, and they were like, well, he's not your husband, so why are you bringing him here? And that was the most annoying thing in the world.
I can imagine.
So I was just kind of like, you can't come to these family things, and I wish he could.
Right. That's interesting, because usually like a boyfriend comes before a husband, so that is interesting. So has he always been this supportive, or not always?
He's always been. I just sometimes he does, and I understand he wants things to like. He also wants to do things.
Yeah.
Like he wants to go out, or he wants to like the wedding, and I just don't feel like I'm giving him that support in that sense, because I'm so focused in school. So he does get a little bit frustrated.
Yeah.
But other than that, he's very supportive of everything I do.
Yeah. So it's like, it sounds like he feels, you said this a while ago, but he's frustrated, maybe, like he is very supportive, but underlying you can feel this frustration.
Yeah.
So what do you do when you feel like he's frustrated?
I kind of bring it up, and by kind of I mean I say like, you're frustrated, like what is going on? But he's just like, no, I'm not, and then that's the end of the conversation. I never follow up on it.
Yeah.
So I don't know, he's just kind of like there, I feel like.
Yeah. I do find it curious that you and him are kind of similar in the dynamics of, with your family, you don't want to, you have a frustration, but you don't want to bring it up. And then with him, he might have some frustrations with you, but he also doesn't want to bring it up. So I'm just curious, how do you feel about those two different things, like relating to him maybe?
I feel like I can understand where he's coming from, but I feel like maybe this is like putting me as the center of attention, but like I'm going through things and he doesn't understand, and I wish he could. Yes, he's supportive, but sometimes he's questioning why I do certain things, and I'm like, don't question me, I just want to do what I want to do.
Yeah. Do you feel like maybe when you maybe don't want to show up to family gatherings, or you're kind of confused by your parents, do you feel like they just don't want you questioning them?
Yeah, they don't want me to question the things that they want me to do. They just kind of want me to do them. And every time I do try to question them, they're just kind of like, just do it because I say so type of parents.
Right.
So yeah, it's annoying.
Yeah, that's interesting. I love kind of getting to know you better and talking about your family and the different dynamics that are within your life. So thank you for sharing all of that. It sounds like school is a lot right now. Are you enjoying it?
I feel like it's giving me a lot of anxiety.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm always picking at my nails and always kind of just trying to crack my bones to not feel that anxiety as much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not enjoying it as much as I wanted to.
Yeah. No, I understand that. When I was back in school, I used to kind of like pick at my nail polish and, you know, like, I don't know. I understand that feeling. It's when it just becomes overwhelming.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, I think you said it's not as something as you thought it would be?
Yeah, it's not as enjoyable.
Enjoyable.
As it would be.
Okay, so what do you think you were expecting from it that you thought was going to be enjoyable?
I thought I was going to have the support from my parents just like my brother did.
Okay.
I thought I was going to be able to just cruise through school and not have to worry about having to study for exams as much as I do. So that's kind of giving me anxiety. anxiety about it all, so I just don't even want to do school anymore.
Right. It feels like a little bit of like an anxious situation. You keep using the word anxiety. So you expected to have this support from your parents, and then you're not getting that.
Yeah.
Is that almost like a loss that you're grieving? Like you thought you were going to have this and you don't, or?
I mean, I guess. Yeah. I feel like they could have supported me more than they are. So yeah, I guess it's a loss, I feel like.
In the past, when you were in school doing your undergraduate or in high school, were they more supportive of your school then?
I feel like it, maybe because I was younger back then, so they just wanted me to get a degree.
Right.
Follow in my brother's footsteps.
Yeah.
But since I'm becoming a teacher and he's an engineer, it feels like maybe to them I didn't follow in his footsteps.
Right.
So maybe they're just frustrated in that sense.
How is that for you to feel like you're maybe not living up to what they want you to be?
It makes me feel a little bit frustrated and angry. I feel like they should just be supportive of me.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know our session is coming to a close today, but I wanted to wrap this up by asking, what is supportive to you?
Supportive to me is just kind of, if I tell you something, you're gonna validate what I'm feeling or what I'm saying, and then like if I tell you like I just want to have a day off, like I just want to be by myself, then you're gonna support me and say, you know what, I'll give you this day off, and then that's it. Not question me about why I want to do it.
Right. And at the beginning of our session, you mentioned that you have some good supports in your life. So I'm assuming that, and correct me if I'm wrong, but these supports might show you that definition that you have of what support is for you.
Yeah, with my relationship with my boyfriend, I feel like he's very supportive and he gives me the space if I need it.
Right. Well, that's wonderful to hear. I guess we will just wrap up today, and I will see you at our regularly scheduled meeting next week.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye.